Hi, in this video I'm going to teach you how to unlock your clear English pronunciation through proprioception. Have you ever changed the way you say something to sound clearer in English and then thought to yourself, that feels strange or different? That's when you know you're moving your mouth differently to how you usually pronounce things in English. That's great. When it comes to mastering clear English pronunciation, many non-native speakers focus on listening, repetition, and mimicking native speakers. These are essential practices, but there's a lesser known but incredibly powerful factor that can accelerate your progress: proprioception. Proprioception refers to your body's ability to perceive its position and movements in space. It's how you know where your hands are without even looking, or how you can touch your nose with your eyes closed. So you have proprioception in the mouth as well, feedback from where everything is. This sense plays a crucial role in developing clear speech, especially when adapting to the sounds of a new language like English. Let me tell you about Lawrence. Lawrence had improved his English speech clarity markedly, working with our accent reduction course and with some one-on-one coaching lessons. His speech goal was to speak clearly and confidently and engagingly when he was giving presentations for his work. In one coaching lesson, with great frustration, he said, "I'm having such trouble mastering the L sound at the end of words. No matter what I do, I still sound like I'm saying medical instead of medical." Well, what he actually meant was medical. Once he understood that he had to lift his tongue and put his lips into a slight smile position at the end, for the L at the end, instead of putting his lips into a lip forward position, he couldn't get over how easy it was. He needed to use proprioception to feel the correct movement and notice the feeling of the correct movement. He was so pleased, he kept repeating the correct word several times with a big smile, bigger than needed, just to feel the difference. So he kept going, medical, medical, so that he could get it. In fact, he did it the old way and new way a couple of times to make sure he felt the difference. What's the role of proprioception in speech? Speech isn't just about sound. It's about movement as well, obviously. Every sound you practice or produce requires precise coordination of your tongue, lips, jaw, and vocal cords. Proprioception allows you to feel these movements, helping you control and fine-tune them. When you're learning a new accent or trying to reduce a non-English accent to speak more clearly, proprioceptive awareness becomes a critical tool. For instance, let's take the sound TH, as in think or this. This requires you to place the tongue between the teeth and hold it there for a second or two, a movement that doesn't exist in many other languages, and often people don't hold the tongue there long enough. They don't feel it. They don't get that feedback. Another example is the American sound. It involves curling the tip of the tongue slightly back without touching the roof of the mouth. A tricky motion for many learners. But again, you need to feel and notice what you're feeling. If you rely on auditory feedback, what you hear only, you might not realize you're placing your tongue slightly off target. By engaging proprioception, you can become more aware of where and how your tongue, lips, and jaw are moving, enabling you to correct errors faster. Here are some tips on how to develop proprioception for clear speech. Number 1, slow down and feel the movements. Practice speaking slowly at first, exaggerating the movements of your articulators, everything in your mouth. For example, when practicing the L sound, focus on the tip of your tongue. Notice the tip of your tongue touching the ridge behind your upper front teeth, and feel your tongue push up on the ridge before you glide into the next sound. Let's say the word leg. Go slowly at first and really feel it. Leg. So we're overdoing it so that you're actually getting used to noticing. When saying the long ooh sound in words, focus on the lips going forward. Ooh. And again, feel the motion as you move on to the next sound. Let's say the word moon. I'm overdoing it, but if you overdo it at first, your feedback and your muscle memory and your ability to know where things are becomes more consistent so that you can automatically hit that target movement when you're speaking in everyday speech. Let's say the word again. Moon. And once more, overdo the lips forward. Moon. When first practicing a new sound or speech element, don't be in a rush to speed up. If you speed up too quickly, you won't give your mouth enough practice at feeling the correct placement and movement for it to become automatic, for you to know that you've hit the right target. That feedback goes, yes, that's where it should be. And that's what you want, so that later on when you speak more quickly, you're hitting that target still. Those movements are what it needs to be, not halfway there, etc. The next tip, use a mirror. Visual feedback can enhance your proprioceptive awareness. Watch your mouth as you form English sounds. Are your lips rounded when they should be flat? Is your tongue in the right position? You can see exactly how to place your tongue, lips and jaw for the different sounds in our accent training courses. The next one is record and reflect. Record yourself speaking and play it back while paying attention to how your mouth feels during certain sounds. Compare your movements to those of native speakers. Experiment with mouth positions. Explore different tongue and lip placements intentionally on purpose. For example, say the word can with various tongue positions to feel how small changes impact the sound. Let's try saying some examples together. Feel how the small changes impact the sound. We'll say the word can first each time and then move our mouth differently to feel the difference for the second word. Okay, do it with me. Can, so we're dropping jaw for a and smiling. Can, could. Feel that difference. One was drop jaw and smile, one was lips forward. Again, can, could. And another pair. We'll do can each time first, as I said. Can, kid. Now, a is smiled, but the jaw is dropped a bit. The jaw isn't dropped as much. A, I. Yeah? So there's that subtle difference in movement. Let's do those two again. Can, kid. The next two are can, can't. So for can, the jaw is dropped a little and smiled. And for can't, the jaw is dropped even more. Yeah? Can't. So let's do those two together again. Can, can't. And you're focusing on how it feels. The proprioceptive feedback of where things are. Okay, here come two more. Can, cam. This time the vowel is the same, But the consonant at the end, tongue goes up on the ridge behind your front top teeth for n, and then for the second one, lips are closed. Let's do it again. Can, cam. Pay attention. Work your proprioception. This experimentation builds your sensory map of English pronunciation. And the next point is incorporate kinesthetic exercises. Okay, that means try physical exercises that enhance overall body awareness, like yoga or Pilates, so that you're actually learning to notice how different things feel, how different pieces move. These can indirectly improve your proprioceptive abilities in your body, definitely directly, but also for speech by refining your general sense of movement and control. Once you've trained your proprioception, in other words, noticing how you're moving, not just how it sounds, and have I got my tongue down or have I got my tongue up, or whatever our description is, our detailed description is from our course, the next step is to build muscle memory. This is built by repetition and practice. They are the key. With time, the correct position and movements become automatic because your memory from your muscles is having you go to that exact place each time, allowing you to speak English fluently and clearly without thinking about every sound. Sometimes our students say, I'm really good when I'm watching the trainer in the course, but then when I speak outside, I go back to my old pattern. So this is part of why it's important to actually use proprioception, to notice what am I actually doing and how does it feel. And then if I go back to my old pattern when I'm outside, I go, oh, hang on, that feels like my old pattern, not my new pattern. Pay attention to whether your tongue, etc., is going to the new position every time. You could speak more slowly, not really slowly, but a bit more slowly, so that you allow your mouth time to move into that new position. It's similar to learning a dance routine. At first, every step feels awkward and you have to do it slowly, but with practice, your body learns the movements effortlessly. Speech works the same way. This way you have a science-backed advantage. Research in neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself, shows that when you consciously focus on new movements, you create new neural pathways. By combining proprioceptive awareness with deliberate practice, you're rewiring your brain to make clear English pronunciation your default. Proprioception is a game changer in learning to speak English clearly or to reduce your accent in English. It helps you bridge the gap between knowing how a sound should be pronounced and actually producing it accurately. By tuning into the sensations of speech and refining your motor control, your muscle control, your motor control, the movement of your muscles, you'll not only sound more fluent, but also feel more confident in your communication. Use the power of proprioception and watch your English speaking skills transform.